Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss how things may change in the wake of departures of Jackie Zykan, Denny Potter, and Jane Bowie from their respective companies. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Miss Beka Sue and Kathy Cool.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey.
Oh, so yes, we are going to be talking today. Are there changes ahead? We shall see. You're talking about some big-time talent leaving some big-time distilleries, and do things need to change, or is it just like, this is part of the business? We'll see what happens. So we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Kathy said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Kathy?
I do. So we're talking about heritage and leaving a mark and what that mark leaves and everything. And so movies leave a mark. I would like to know who you would pick to play you in a movie.
Okay.
This is such a good question.
Yeah. I think for me, it's clear. It's got to be John Goodman. He's a St. Louisan. He knows St. Louis. He's built like me. Or maybe he's skinny now, but he could beef back up for the role. So, yeah, it's got to be John Goodman.
But it was like
John
years.
is also from St. Louis, Steve.
What's that?
John Hamm is also from St. Louis.
Yeah, that John Hamm playing me.
Wow,
Sure.
Let me tell you what he's carrying in his pants.
All right, fine. It's John Hamm. John Hamm's playing me. There's going to be a lot of nude scenes too, so that's going to be good. It'll be like you're looking at John Hamm, but it's me. Yeah, it's me. It's going to be very. It's going to be very conflicted for you ladies.
Well,
so,
let's get back to John Goodman. Let's not run John Goodman. Let's take that back. Take it back.
That's Kathy's fault. I didn't throw that out there. That was her.
There are pictures on the internet. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. All right.
Also from St. Louis, Kevin
Klein. Yeah, he's from St. Louis. I'm not sure he could play me, but yeah,
I don't think he's a good.
I think it's Goodman. It's definitely Goodman. Yeah. All right. Anybody else who should play them? McNew?
I don't know.
Like Moon Unit Zappa might be good.
No.
She's like 50.
Well, they've got ways to make celebrities look younger. So you know how that stuff is. It's Hollywood. It's fine. They'll figure it out.
I don't mind that if they don't look like me. I just want them to like. I don't know who I don't.
I feel like you will be played by Moon Unit Zappa, McNew, and Miss Beka Sue will be played by Reba, of course.
No.
Reba.
Wow.
Reba. Wow. Reba's like 60, Steve. That's
again
my older years.
Hollywood, they do that kind of stuff with Robert De Niro. They make him look young again. It's a whole thing they can do. So yeah. I think that's where we're gonna go. Kathy just left, so I don't know. She's got to let her dogs in.
I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I look like a lot of people. Maybe do I look like somebody that could play me? Don't say Snooki. I will punch you.
Snooki is who you look like. Exactly.
Don't say that.
Snooki is it.
She's fell off the face of the earth. I feel like I'm more famous.
Well, she
than
needs a
her.
comeback. This will be good for
Honestly.
Snooki. This will be good for her career. And McNew. All right, then we got that one done. So I'm glad we were able to come to an accord there. Miss Beka Sue, who would play you
I'm
besides Reba?
I
Yeah.
I don't see Reba. I don't agree with Reba.
I feel
You're
like
wrong,
she
but
has
that's
to
okay.
have to be kind of like mean.
Amy Adams? Is that? That should be good.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she could do it.
I
She
love
hasn't
her.
worked. Yeah, she hasn't worked in a little while, I don't think. I haven't seen her in anything. She's good, though. When I used to see her and I liked, she's good. I like her.
Yeah.
No. So you know who I would want to play me? The girl that played Gretchen Wieners in Mean Girls. Her name's Lacey.
Gretchen Wiener? No.
Yeah, Gretchen Wieners.
You're not
Oh,
gonna
Did
play-
we
you're
just
not gonna-
say that Gretchen Wiener has to play you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Gretchen
what I want.
Wiener, of
Her
course.
name's Lacey. I don't remember her last name.
Maybe Elvira.
She's on a lot of Hallmark movies.
I'll
now.
let you get away with Elvira if you want. It's either
Was
Snooki
she
or
in-
Elvira. That's what you
Okay,
get.
okay. I can.
Elvira.
Elvira.
I would like
Mistress of the
listeners
Dark.
to write in who they think should play us because
Well,
that's what I would like to know because
That's
I
probably
have
going to be better, really.
What about Kathy?
literally zero idea.
Mine is super easy. Amy Poehler.
I was about to say
Yeah,
that.
of course.
I was literally about to say Amy Poehler. I am not kidding. I was
You
gonna be
do
like,
not
well, I
know
know
how
who it
many
would be. It'd be
people-
Amy fucking Poehler.
Yes.
It has to be.
For the
Amy
last
Poehler.
20 years, people have come up to me and said, "Oh my God, you remind me so much of Amy
Yes,
Poehler."
that's
This-
exactly who you should
This
be.
makes so much sense. You look a little bit alike, and you have a lot of the same quirks.
Yes, they're the same person.
Amy Poehler. It's going to be that's
Same glasses.
It's perfect.
That is
Yeah,
perfect.
it's
it's
perfect.
Amy Poehler for
Amy
for
Poehler.
sure for Kathy. Apparently, me and McNew don't have any idea. Apparently, we're just we're amoebas here. We're just
my
like
God.
floating around.
Oh,
like,
John
Give
Goodman
me-
and Amy
give me Gretchen
Poehler.
Wieners. But
John Goodman
new-
and Amy
Not a
Poehler
bad-
make
ABV Network
ABV
movie. John Goodman.
Not
Yeah.
a bad mix.
bad mix.
I would have zero. I have absolutely zero idea. I don't know.
okay, I was on TikTok the other day, and there was like a girl that literally looked so much like you. I almost sent you this video. She had like red hair with cute bangs and a nose piercing and a tattoo. I was like, I did a double take. Like, you have a doppelganger on TikTok. I don't remember her name. I really should have sent it to you, but
So,
I
Do
honestly
we all
don't even know
believe in
what I look like.
doppelgangers?
So
We all believe in doppelgangers,
Well,
right?
sure.
yeah, they're real for sure.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
see them all
100%.
the time in the distillery, all the time. Because we so many people come through, and I'm like, "You're telling me that you're not this person?" Okay.
Yeah.
But
They-
I
they do
don't even know what it is that I look like at this point in my life. I don't even know. Like if I put makeup on, I'm a different person. I don't have makeup on. My hair's up. My hair's down. Bangs. I don't even know
Yeah.
what I look like. So
I'm convinced that my neighbors think like two different people live in this house because I go out fucking homeless looking in the morning to take Saint for a walk, and I'm like this little bun, no makeup, no eyebrows, no anything. I look very different, and then I come out like at noon with him, and I'm like,
Mm.
So they think Chris
Is
is
having
like
an
the
affair.
guy with multiple wives.
Oh, yeah.
good
Like
for
a Mormon.
Chris. Good for Chris.
maybe.
Yeah. Well,
This is a very
Sister
unmormon
wives.
household, but
fair enough. All right. Well, there you go. There you go. That's who will play us. Look for that ABV Network movie coming soon to the Lifetime channel.
it's gonna be like a C movie.
Yes, absolutely.
D.
All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about are there changes in the horizon for Heritage Bourbon? We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely family distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Jim Fosnut. I'm your bourbon buddy, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about what is changing in heritage bourbon.
Yes, we are. There's a lot of money that's invested into these big names. There's marketing campaigns that go behind them, and put them on their website and their marketing material and brochures, and then they announce they're leaving. So we know what happened with Jackie Zykan. She goes off to start her own brand with Royce and the guys from Colorado. Called Hidden Barn, and we don't know what yet is happening with Denny and Jane, but we'll see. But are all the heritage brands looking at this and being like, "Hey, we need to shore this up"? What do you guys think?
I think that maybe more non-competes might be signed.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Like
probably
5 years
definitely in the works.
Yeah, like 3 or 5 year non-compete.
So the thing about a non-compete is you have to put a mile range on that, and it has to be reasonable. I mean, we don't have Katie Joyce. We don't have Katie on the podcast, but there has to be a reasonable mile radius. So they could go outside of the radius and still do something.
Well, I don't know if it has to be mileage. So they could say you can't work in Lexington, Bardstown, or Louisville. They might pick cities. So,
yeah.
It's but I do see that happening. But I also see people with great talent saying, "Hey, I work for a corporation. They've given me a platform. They've given me good salary. I have good benefits, but I want to be more creative." I see people saying, "I want to be creative and starting new things."
Yeah, that's could be part of the problem. Has heritage gotten too big? Because they're no longer, Heaven Hill's kind of an exception because it's still a family-owned business. The Shapiro family owns Heaven Hill, but we haven't seen people defect from there yet, like we have some of the others. But maybe they still would, because you're not invested anymore. When it's a big corporation, even though we think they're kind of cool jobs because it's in bourbon, in reality, behind the scenes, it's probably pretty much like the corporate job that I had, vacation time and, the benefits and, you can do this, you can't do that. Hey, even people that are high profile, like the three that we're talking about, they have bosses that they have to answer to. So it's like, why did you spend this on that? They're questioning about expense reports and stuff. And that's what happens when you're working for a corporation, particularly one that's not even necessarily owned by the person who's your boss. It's going up to someone who's, some sort of global person. Maybe they're the North American person for a global company, because the companies that we're talking about, have people that, like Beam Suntory, owner of Maker's Mark. That's a global company. Brown-Forman's a little bit different, but again, they've got a board of directors and things like that because it's a publicly traded company. So there are people that you have to answer to.
The problem is that a lot of those big corporations, the biggest problem in that is that they don't give a shit about you. And I think that people
100%,
and
yeah.
I think that I think that the biggest problem right now is especially after this whole pandemic bullshit that was going on and the country being shut down and all these different things, like people started realizing that like their bosses and their companies really did not care about them that much. And they also started realizing, because they kind of had some more time on their hands, that maybe they can do things on their own without these big corporate overlords.
Yes.
And they can accomplish things without these big corporate overlords. And they don't need those people to tell them what to do anymore, and that it's better to do things on your own.
And
I think
isn't
that
that
happened
exciting?
to a lot of people, and I think that's good. I said, I think it's
I
an
think
exciting
that's so
thing.
exciting because it
Yeah.
takes bourbon back to like, prohibition and when moonshiners were providing things, and now
Yeah,
we're all
like I think it's like that rebel attitude coming back, where it's like,
Yeah.
I am talented. I have a product. I have a service. I can sell it on my own. I don't need a corporate overlord to do it for me.
Right.
And
Why am I making all this money for a corporate overlord when in reality,
well,
the people that we're
could make
talking
money
about,
for me. That's
the people that we're
exactly.
talking about are the
Succeed.
ones that are making the money for these organizations.
Yeah,
They're the ones out
absolutely.
front and center. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some people
Yeah.
succeed who they're like, there's no way that they're gonna like do well in this. There's no way they're gonna do well in this. And then all of a sudden they see things like just sell out in a matter of 5 minutes because they had that, their name on it, and they were someone that was an impressive person in the industry. And it's like, oh, and they're just working for themselves now. They just
Right.
have 3 other partners or 1 other partner or whatever it is that they're doing. And it's like, I could do that too. Like, I don't need these guys. I don't need these fucking assholes telling me that like I'm not allowed to go and see my family an extra day because I don't have that extra vacation time.
Exactly.
I'm not
So
allowed to.
that's the point,
do this
though,
and
is
that.
that we were talking about, corporate came from you need me to survive. And these people are saying, no,
Right.
you need me to survive.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think corporate's going to be just fine without anybody, because it is what it is. Corporate America is corporate America. But people have realized we don't need corporate America. It's going to be fine. They're just going to do their thing. But we can take off and do just as fine, provide for ourselves, be more intellectually, emotionally fulfilled doing things for ourselves.
Yeah.
If we take off and do it.
And financially too.
Yeah, no more 8 a.m.
It's a hard thing to realize. It's probably not an easy road, but
No.
you get there at some point. And I
Right.
think 2020 provided that to a lot of people, and I'm very happy for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that like, the 8 a.m. conference calls in the morning
Right.
on every single
The
Monday.
meetings to have a
The
meeting.
rest of-
What are we going to
the
say in the meeting?
entire
Let's have a
Meetings,
meeting.
the
Yeah.
emails
the
about
8 a.m.
emails.
mornings every
Yeah.
single day. And it's like people don't want to fucking do that anymore. And that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that people aren't working hard anymore, which that's obviously what the corporate world is pushing. Is like, well, these people just don't want to work hard anymore. They don't want to work.
That's not
No,
it.
these people are
We
still
don't-
working just
So we
as hard.
realize it's also fucking stupid. We can work hard and not show up the way you ask us to. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And really, it's
So
all
I think-
about
I
the
think you
quality. It's about the quality of the product that comes out. And what I find more is that heritage brands are good, but the quality that I get from craft is unique.
Right. Yeah. So there's exciting times out there. I think that for the longtime bourbon fans, we were taught that it's got to be 8 years old. It's got to be this. It's got to be made by one of the big heritage brands to be good. And I think we've learned that that's not the case. And it's good to see some people that were in that part of that system now branching out on their own and bringing those creative ideas for themselves. And I love what's going on. And I think we're just going to continue to see that, because I think the tides are turning, and we saw this in beer where when craft beer started, it was kind of a joke. It was poor quality. It sucked. Everyone loved the good American beer, the big beer. And ultimately, at some point, craft beer takes over, and that's who's running the show now. Everything happens at craft. The big guys just copy and then, of course, just do things on a bigger level. And that's kind of what we're starting to see happening in big bourbon. I mean, how many innovations do you see at your local favorite craft distillery? And then all of a sudden, hey, we're double barreling things, or we're doing this sort of finish. That's not coming out of heritage brands. They're seeing what's going on out there in the marketplace and just replicating it. So we're seeing those tides turn. So it's interesting now that we're seeing some of the big people leave and be a part of this wave that's going on. So
it's super exciting to be at this point and watch it go.
Yeah,
I think that if the big corporate brands are smart, they're going to offer some more PTO.
Yep.
I think that if they're smart, they're going to offer larger wages, especially for their creative types. I think that if they're smart, they're going to try to branch out and see what these creative people do want to do. And they want to try out more experimental things and just really branch out into better things, but also offer compensation for that fact.
Yeah, exactly.
And just a little bit more freedom to their people if they want to keep them around. I think that's going to be
tradition is going to make it hard for them to monetize that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, I do think there's big changes ahead. I think that we're just at the tip of the iceberg here. I think there's going to be a lot more things coming, and it'll be interesting to watch as bourbon fans. And I think as bourbon fans, we benefit from this. So I think it's going to be a good thing for us, and bourbon will continue to get better. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram. I am KK Cask Strength.
All right, Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew, ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. And please come by and see us at the ABV Barrel Shop in Arnold, Missouri, a St. Louis suburb, or just check out abvbarrelshop.com. Sign up for our email and text newsletters or text. I don't know. There you go. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments, and it helps new people on the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's Birthday Barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.